whole home power station. So you always hear us say it. We always say it. The question is not, will the power go out? The question is, when will the power go out? Because no matter where you live in the country, one way or another, the power goes out. For the hurricanes, for the snowstorms, even high heat. Too high heat can make your power go out. Now, you will always be prepared for those emergency situations because this is a whole home backup power station. It is the largest capacity we've ever offered. No gas is required. We're going to talk all about that. Easy transport because it's got wheels on it, and it will be peace of mind for you and your family no matter what happens in your home. This is customer top rated. That means that our QVC family has bought it, got it home, loved it, and gave it a 4.5 to 5-star review. And today, we're saving almost $700 on any credit card, 5 easy payments of $1,020. You have 30 days to love it or send it back. But you'll never know what this is all about until you try it for yourself. Almost 22,000 EcoFlow power stations have been ordered here at QVC, and this is the last time that it will be aired at this price with these savings. So much to talk about, so many great features. So for that, I'm going to bring in Mr. Craig Smith, woohoo, the fourth most handsome man in Westchester, Pennsylvania. I would say
hoping to break the top three.
Top two. Top two.
Top two. By the way, that's an inside joke because I texted her earlier today because we were going to talk about this product, and that was my message. Hey, it's the fourth most handsome guy trying to get a hold of you. So
yes, but
it wasn't
now
a good joke.
We are together. I thought it was a great joke.
Thanks.
Now we're together, and we're going to talk about this. Now, I've seen the EcoFlow,
yes,
the one for some appliances in the home.
Yeah.
This is for the whole. It's blowing my mind, and I want to understand a little bit more about it.
So this is 6,000 watt-hours of power. So just to put that in perspective, we're debuting a smaller EcoFlow later this weekend, like a handheld one for you to take here, there, and everywhere. It's big at 500. This is 6,000. So what does that actually mean for you? Power goes out in your house. This comes with a little cart. You can roll it around. You can plug your refrigerator in and run it for 45 straight hours. You can run a washing machine 61 times. This will handle 99% of the devices, the appliances that you have currently in your home. So when the power goes out, yeah, there's a lot of devices out there that can run like a lamp that's sitting next to me here. But anything that generates heat, typically too much for those smaller guys. This can run the coffee maker, run the dryer, the washing machine, all of those big boys. And look at the power we have right here. This is the inverter. This is the battery. They work together, and it's going to last you not, hey, a couple of hours. This could last you days. Days of power.
Many different things at one time?
Yes.
Could it handle?
Yeah, so actually what we're looking at right now, we have a bunch of different cables and cords plugged in here. So right now, this cord right here, we have one of the 4 typical AC plugs that we have here. One of these is connected to the lamp. This other one here is connected to the refrigerator, and we're going to show you that a little bit later. We also have 2 USB ports on the top that I actually have a phone charger here. I also have another one into my phone. There's the brand new USB-C tabs over here. There's additional plugs down along the front. And you can see right here on the top, we're at 97%. If we continue to run this, this is going to last not just for another hour, another day, a full more day, running 24 hours stop. One day, 11 additional hours, and 14 minutes as well. That's how much power we have in this thing. And we're running a refrigerator at the same time.
Okay, and what I noticed while I was over there doing the Trust and Will presentation is that I didn't hear any and we can have this inside of the house.
Yes, that's the big difference.
Okay,
right
because
there.
when you have a generator, and me living in Florida for 20 years, I've seen them all.
Sure.
I've seen them all. Huge, bulky gas, right? And then the problem is that when there's no power, you can't get gas.
Exactly.
To then make the generator run. This is none of that.
No pull starts, no fuel to change out, no, I got to add something to the fuel so the water doesn't get in there and ruin the engine. In fact, this will last on a full charge for up to 3 months without having to do anything to it. So you roll it into a closet if you want to. And the guarantee on this, the warranty, 5 years worth of use, and you can use it up to 3,000 times. That's what it's rated for. I love the fact that EcoFlow also includes the little cart here, so you can easily roll this around. I mean, both units on top here, this weighs nearly 200 pounds, so you're not going to be picking this up with ease, with frequency, but the fact that it comes on those wheels, roll it into that guest bedroom, roll it into that room that you're not using quite as frequently, and then when you have that moment, the power goes out, the things that you can plug into this device to give you that power back in your house without any fumes, any generator noise, none of that. It's nice and simple with this device.
How does it work?
Yeah, so simple enough. We have a power button here on the top. You have your AC and your DC plug, so you actually get to recharge this. It'll recharge itself in just a couple of hours, and then you simply press the power buttons, and these little flaps here are going to open up all kinds of possibilities for you. So we have 4 of the traditional ports. Just plug your stuff in. It's that simple. We also, for you RV lovers out there, we got that 30 amp plug right there. We also have a 240 watt plug. So this is what you're going to use for a lot of your washers and dryers. This is really big right here. Most of these power stations don't have the power to generate, to run some of those things, those devices that you have there. So again, washers, dryers, big refrigerators. I know outdoorsy people, your RV, you know that plug right there. And then just plug your stuff in and you're good to go. And the best thing about this, we are currently running the refrigerator just off to the side of the set here with this big plug right here. In fact, Rosina, why don't you open that up for me here? And you can see the lights are on in that refrigerator that Rosina just opened up. I pull the plug out, those lights are gonna go off. I mean, that's showing you right there, we're actually running the refrigerator, and that will run the refrigerator for 45 straight hours. All you have to do is simply plug it in, take a split second or so, that refrigerator fires right up.
Wow.
This is so easy when you do have that big thunderstorm. You have the blizzard in the winter, you have hurricane season, you have all this crazy weather going around. It's that peace of mind to know that you're covered.
We've had, I think one of my longest was 3 days or even 4 days with no power in the house. And we didn't have a generator at the time. And then in the moment when it was like, oh, let's try and run, we couldn't find what, it was a whole thing.
Sure.
And that's the another problem. It's be prepared, because when it does happen and you're like, oh, because that's what happened to us, go try and get a generator.
Yes, exactly.
That was not happening.
Yeah, and you can see right here, this is actually a video of Melissa Dawson, who presents these great products from EcoFlow quite a bit here on QVC, along with myself. She's running it inside of her home as well. It's nice and safe. I have a personal story to tell as well about the hurricane when the Sandy blew through in the North Jersey coast. I had family members up there. They lost their power. They took the generator, pushed it outside of the garage, fired it up. They were running everything off the house. They had the windows open. All the fumes blew in and the carbon monoxide alarms went off.
Yep.
They were like, wait, what's going on? I don't notice. Well, the generator was right outside the garage door and all those fumes blew back in the house. This has no fumes. This has, think of this as a replacement for that generator that you would want to have on the side of your house, but you're not spending $10,000, $15,000 and you don't have to worry about fuel and all those things. This is nice and simple. You can have this sitting in the middle of your family room, have multiple things plugged in at once, and be powering things around your house.
What's the difference between 6,000 watt battery capacity and 7,200 watt output?
Great, because we're getting into a lot of techie speak here. So the 6,000 watt hours, that's what they can run. It can power a watt for 6,000 hours. That's what that actually means. The 7,200 watt output, what that stands for, is how many things can be plugged in here at the same time. So the stuff that takes the most power inside of our homes, stuff that generates heat. I mean, like a coffee pot, for example. You wouldn't think, oh, a coffee pot takes a lot of power. It does, because it has to generate heat. The dryer in your house, hair dryers in particular. How many times when you were growing up did you plug the hair dryer in and all of a sudden you switch the circuit breaker, right? Hair dryer is about 1,500 watts. Okay, that's how much power is pulled out of your electricity when you're running a hair dryer. This thing could run 4 hair dryers at the same time and still have 1,200 watts left over of power. So that's going to give you plenty of power to run multiple devices at once.
Is there any way, just from my own knowledge, but I know a lot of people have this question. Is there any way of knowing how many watts something takes? Like this guy, you just said it,
Sure.
but like, how do you know? Like, is there like a place that we can
A lot of these devices, they'll actually have like little markers on the actual plugs.
Yeah.
But again, it's going to vary based on brands.
More or less.
Yeah, vary based on devices. But always think the stuff that generates heat takes a lot more power.
Okay.
That's typically the way it works with a lot of these electrical devices.
When this is fully charged, it's 6,000, right?
6,000 watt hours of power. Yes, that's a
That's-
massive amount of battery life that we have in here, and the output, the power, all those great things around your home.
Okay, we have less than 200 of these to go around now, because truly, for something like this, that is going to be the whole home backup station, these are usually even, I mean, double the price. Not even this one, just the regular generators, right?
Yeah, and those are the ones that need all the fuel and stuff like
Yes.
that. You can recharge this thing. It's going to hold the charge fully for 3 months. Think about that. You can have this powered up, and you never know when that big storm's going to hit, whether it's the summer, whether it's the winter. We just came off of the hottest April on record. So we're seeing more and more of these fluctuations with the storms and all that kind of stuff happening all over the place. This is a way to know that you're ready. So when the disaster does happen, or I don't want to say disaster, but you lose the power. I had guys up in the trees in my neighborhood just this past week because they're trimming the trees, because what happens when everything gets overgrown, you knock down a branch,
Yes.
falls down, and next thing you know, someone's without power for a couple of hours. Now you don't have to have that moment of, oh yeah, we just went to the supermarket, I bought all those steaks. What am I going to do with them now? Well, now you can power up the refrigerator thanks to EcoFlow.
One of the most important things is having the refrigerator being able to be powered. Like a CPAP machine, for example, things like that you need. I remember my dad used to use a nebulizer as well. Those little things that you don't think about until you have to think about it. All of those important things like the refrigerator and everything else. But then you could also just plug in your coffee maker and have coffee when you don't have...
Or plug in your phone, plug in your computer. I think we showed a graphic a little bit earlier of all the power that you can generate off of this. I mean, I'm amazed. 61 times you could run your washing machine. There we are, some of the information right there. A cold air dehumidifier, easy for me to say, nearly 34 hours. Running a lamp nonstop for more than a day. An electric drill. Another device that takes a lot of power. Air conditioning units, this is strong enough to power. So again, 7,200 watt output capabilities. The hairdryer right there could run a hairdryer nonstop for 3 hours and 46 minutes. I grew up in New Jersey in the 80s. I know hairdryers were put to a lot of use. I don't know if any of my prom dates used it for that long, but that's pretty darn impressive.
Maybe.
And oh, by the way, look at the bottom one there, Rosina. This can actually recharge electric cars.
The Teslas!
Yes, it can recharge a Tesla and other electric cars too. So you have all of that capability. That's how much power is inside of 6,000 watt hours of EcoFlow that we have right here.
Hold up, wait a minute. Because if just for that, like for so many people that do have electric cars that have to find those things to charge it, right?
Yeah.
And some places that they live or some places that they go don't have them.
Yeah. And if you were to lose power in your neighborhood for a couple of days, you could recharge your car with this.
That's awesome.
Pretty cool, huh?
That is pretty cool.
And this brand EcoFlow, these guys have been around since 2017. I mean, this is a company that started with the sole purpose of finding new ways to generate, store, and use power in a more environmental way. And you heard how successful they are here at QVC. They're a global brand, thousands and thousands upon units sold. They're one of the industry leaders in this category. And this is the biggest one we've ever brought in, which I find kind of interesting because it seems like a year or so ago, we brought in what I thought was the biggest one, and now this is even bigger. So again, giving you all that hours of coverage that you need to charge things around your house.
Today, we're saving almost $700 on this. 5 easy payments of $1,020, free shipping and handling. So this machine will show up at your front door, ready to go with free shipping and handling. This is the last time on air at this price. With these $700 savings, you have 30 days to get it home, try it, play with it, right? Like, see how it works for you. And then if you don't love it, you can send it back. But this is really true peace of mind. And we talk about like the phone chargers and things to have with you always, just in case for anything that happens. This is like the father of all portable power.
This is all, think of this as that big generator that you'd want to